Passing Energy with your host, Pri. Hey guys, Priest here, and welcome to another episode of Nerdy Wednesday with guest host Sky, and we have a special guest with us today, my boy Andre. Andre, wanna say hello?
Hello.
It might be confusing. You might mistake him and Sky as the same person, but hey, we'll muscle through it.
We are one.
All right. So, if y'all see the title of this video or the thumbnail or whatever it may be, we're going to be talking about the Demon Slayer movie that came out a few weeks back. If a few weeks or anyway, a little while. But like,
yeah, it was like a month or so ago, I believe.
I don't know. I just watched it.
Yeah. Right. So, but before I get into that on Nerding Wednesday's TikTok, I hope you guys are following me there because sometimes I'm starting to upload it frequently. I'm giving updates on the podcast and also just random thoughts or opinion that might come, like short snippets that I want to share with y'all outside the podcast. So, but anyway, follow me on Nerding Wednesday, TikTok and Instagram. But I started to show my face. That was a hurdle that I had to cross. And
big reveal.
Yes, it's like it was me. It was me all along. Like Scooby-Doo, like when it's revealed the person of the map, that's me. It's like, and I said, you know what? I've seen everyone, and I'm probably gonna talk about this on the main other podcast. Well, not the other podcast. We're on the same platform, but the other part of the podcast, the main topics we talk about on Passing Energy. But anyway, yeah, it's just like hurdle of being insecure about yourself and thinking that people are going to use your likeness to mock you or whatever it may be. But I've seen people all walks of life just having fun. They do not care about the naysayers, and it's time for me to, if I'm going to be in this field of entertainment, I had to develop thick skin. And people are going to talk about you. People are going to make fun of you. People are going to spread rumors about you. If they ain't doing all that, you ain't doing nothing. So that's the mindset I'm going into. So that's why I'm starting to be more comfortable filming myself. When we go on the YouTube version, hope maybe one day I'd ask Sky if he's comfortable of us filming a YouTube session at the podcast.
Oh my.
So I'll ask him behind the scene. I don't put no pressure on him. It's
too late. The pressure's already on.
But you don't answer now. So yeah. But I definitely want to become more comfortable, and and I realized that me showing my face, people start following me. I was like,
they want to get to know you personally. That's all.
Right. I was like, oh, okay, all right. And then someone shared my video of me just talking, and I'm like, that was a cringing moment. I was like, because I was trying to figure out, why did you share the video? Just only me explaining myself. It's like nothing entertaining about that video. But hey, that's a mind thing, and I just have to get over it. But anyway, enough of me and my mental break just now. So let's get back to where everyone came in. The hair, Demon Slayer. I do not want to jack up this name, so I don't know who wants to say the full title.
You mean it?
I mean, you could just say the English version.
Yes, I still jacked it up.
Was it?
Demon Slayer. The Mugen Train or something like that.
Infinity
Train.
Yeah, Infinity Train is the English version. Mugen Train is the Japanese version, I guess. So
it's an innuendo for the Cartoon Network Infinity Train.
Really?
No, I'm just playing around.
Oh. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. Write that down. Okay, so
Mugen Train, okay.
So going off of what me and Sky, we spoke about this yesterday with Andre, and seems like he loves it. I hope I'm using the right word. But me, I have a different take. Passing Energy is sponsored by The Graphic Shop, an online design and print store. If you need graphic design and don't want to break the bank, why don't you book them at the convenience of your home or office? You can reach them at The Graphic Shack 242 on all their social platforms. The Graphic Shack 242. Peace. But hey, that's why we're here. That's why I'm here, to give a wrench in the wheel of happiness. So let Sky give out the fluff version, and I'll come with
the fluff. Wow.
The fluff, yes. The fluff.
Oh,
I don't know if Andre on the same train rails as Sky, then he'll go after. I'll leave me the wrench at the end. So go on. So Sky, take it away.
Okay. Well, to me, I think it was a pretty good movie. I really enjoyed it. I'd give that a nice solid 8.5, close 9. It was really good. Enjoyed the movie. The music, as usual, it was very well timed, I must say. When it came to important moments, they knew how to stop it and then continue it at the right moment. More dramatic, and it's like, ooh, I felt that in my heart. And then the art was super good, as usual. The fight scenes, so I had no quarrels with that. I really like the character. Spoiler alert if you have not watched it, but obviously you watched it. The blonde guy, not Zenitsu, but the Flame Kagura. Yeah, he was good. That was really good for me. I mean, there was moments where it was kind of like you could see that they kind of put stuff in there, even though feeling a bit rushed. But overall, I feel like they executed it well, especially his character. They showed off his personality to the max. I feel like wouldn't be able to do, by showing a new character. Well, to me, it was like a new character because you didn't really see much of him in the movie. So, I was afraid how they will portray this character, but I feel like they did an exceptionally well job with it all.
Interesting. That's all the fluff, or we still have enough stuff, some pillows to go through?
I mean, I guess that's the good sides. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Yeah, the villains are pretty good as well, I must say. I mean, I more so just like the fighting of the villain. I like how the villain died was kind of weird for me. It was like, you talking too much, just fade away. But that's just me.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. Andre?
Well, I guess mine would be close with Sky again. This was I would give this a good 8.
Yeah.
The Kyojuro, they did what they only had this movie, seeing as how, spoiler alert, he dies. At least that's what they say, he dies at the end. They only have this one movie for you to get to know him and feel sorry for him all in one go. So
yeah,
I feel like they did.
Yeah, they executed that well.
Yeah, because even I was like,
big bro, I almost shed them tears.
Kyojuro, what? You can't kill him off yet. He's gonna survive. But nope. Yeah. So I feel like it was good. Did not like the first villain all that much. At least his fight scenes, like.
And the first villain was okay. I mean, I kind of liked him for some stuff, but I didn't really like him as a villain per se.
Yeah,
but the second one, I liked that
one. He was really good. But
Yeah.
for fighting, visually, no. And I kind of feel as if that's why they had to put
the second guy on there.
Yeah, the second guy there, because the type of fighting that Demon Slayer tends to have, it didn't really get to portray how artistic the fight scenes are with the first villain. But the second one was like, yes, this is what we came for.
Yeah, that's what I came here for, basically. Yeah, that kind of like finished. That was like the big, nice finishing touch for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, that's nice. Look like I'm gonna be ganged on this one, but hey, we off in the Bahamas. So uh I if we
Uh-huh.
go on by production when it comes to like visual and soundtrack, like you guys said, um yes, it'll be definitely like a 9 or even a 10. But when it comes to the storyboard, no. Uh I didn't like how first of all, feel totally different that when Andrew you just said just now that Rengoku, I don't feel I was enough time. I was enough time. It was like in the show you introduce them with the whole squad or whatever, how much people are with legendary, whatever they are. And then now with this movie of him being a side character, he wasn't even like the main focus. But then he became the main focus at the end of the big battle, and they just killed him off. They tried to fill everything and say, okay, hey, you have daddy issues, and you know him and his brother struggle for acceptance from their dad, but the dad is not willing to give it to them. And you know, then they show a little glimpse of the mother. Don't know anything about the mother. The background about the mother like that is like, okay, if she knows she died, and it was just like I was like, this is not worth being a movie. This is like worth. If it's gonna be a movie, it should be a TV movie. It was not enough to say, let me get on my bed, get dressed, and go to the theater and pay like $10, $20 to sit down and watch this. Like, no,
Mhm.
no, that's not, it was not worth that. I felt like they could have just split this up into episodes and fleshed it out better. The pacing was, it was too fast for me a little bit. And then I felt we wasted a lot of time with him having a reflection of his family. What did it make with Tandro? Having a reflection of his family, that was a little, it was a sensitive thing. I was like, but I'm trying to figure, they just released a package of a recap of his family. Then you put in the scene outside the recap what y'all did before you released the movie, y'all put him back in the family again, acting like everything's normal. I'm like, this is like too much of, I'm like, that was so not necessary. I understand the villain, who they sold to us like he was the main villain, but I had a feeling in my back of my mind he wasn't, because there's only so much you could do on a train. I don't know. You know, his powers, his dreams, and him making people go to sleep and having his fan living in their fantasy world and having peaceful dreams. Yeah, I get all that and I understand. You know, the guy Tandro, he wants to think about his family and all that kind of stuff. But I just feel like that could have been a filler. Like him dreaming with his family, I think that's a filler. That's not even enough to say that's a plan or thought to say, okay, I don't put this in. That had to be a filler. Like I said, I like the fight scene. The train scene just showcase more of the guys, their powers, so it look like they're not doing like they're doing something, because they have someone OP as Rengoku. You know, they want to save Rengoku for the end. So, but they still want to showcase the other character skills. And now they introduce this new character, have no connection to the train. I still don't understand what, like, honestly and truly, what was the point of making this a movie? Like the train, like we spent so much time on this train, and then he keep. I felt it was so. And then the last villain, let me go back. The last villain, yeah, I was like, where he came from, what he had to do with the story. He was watching them all this time. Like I was like, no. And then they killed this guy off. Like it was too much going on. I feel like Yakuza was the guy. LeSean Thompson was probably in. He was in the writing credits too with people who was doing Demon Slayer. This pacing was horrible, in my opinion. It was horrible, and I think a lot of people give it such a high review because the acting was good and the visuals was really great, but the pacing and just how they line up stuff, I wasn't feeling it. So it's like,
Mhm.
I glad I didn't spend money on that. At the same link I gave Andre, Andre, that's the same link I used. I wasn't going to, I was not going to spend no money on that. That was a waste of money, in my opinion. So,
Mhm.
so what do y'all think? What do y'all?
Mm. Mm, I could kind of see your point,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, I think there's reasons for why it was done. And this is just me
Mm-hmm.
analyzing it from a different perspective. Like, okay, you may think, what's the point of this movie? Obviously, the point of this movie is to show that these characters are weak. They're not as strong as they should be. Um, Overall, I feel like this movie was just supposed to tie in a whole arc because basically, to me, this was an entire arc. Um, because to me, this could have been like 6 episodes. You know, about, yeah, like about 6 episodes if you break it down, like 20 minutes for each episode or so. So that's basically what happened. But I feel like even if they had 20 episodes, you may get some feeling from it, but it won't be that continuous feeling that you get from this movie. Because I feel like no matter what you do between the movie and the TV series, you're still gonna have the same visuals. Not same visuals. You're gonna have the same storyline. So to cut it up, mm, I won't say you should cut it up. I feel like if you can capture everything in one go, do it. Uh, I feel like, um, what is it? Would I pay money for it? I mean, not exactly. I don't really buy movies, but like I don't pay to see movies like that. Um, so I could agree that I wouldn't pay for it, but that's just like personal preferences with movies. And like, unless it's like super important for me to watch it day one, I would. But if not, I don't really would do that.
You
But I
save
feel
some
like,
money just now.
yeah, yeah, basically. But
I
I
mean,
feel like the last character, the last villain, had its purpose.
Yeah, to kill the guy off. That's his purpose.
Yeah, and to show that you pathetic, bro. Your entire squad pathetic. That's it. So it's like, what do you want? I mean, yeah, he came out of nowhere, but don't normally villains come out of nowhere? It's a thing.
I don't think he came out of nowhere though.
I mean, yeah, he's waiting. Like
Yeah, he was
he
weird. Because don't
yeah,
forget, I think maybe it's different for me because I literally just watched the entire series and then the movie afterwards, so it just feels like a proper continuation.
yeah,
But
yeah.
because in during the series, there was at one point he mentioned that he had a hit on Tanjiro, right? And then there was a point where he was like culling the weaker members of his lower six ranks.
Mhm.
So he obviously has a plan. He was doing something. So perhaps the the lower one was the bait just to get your boy there, and then what was it? Upper three came in to finish the job because that was his initial plan. Remember before
The color.
Rengoku stopped him. He went straight for your boy. He was trying to kill him. He's gonna bust his face in, but he
That's true.
stopped him, and that's why the fight happened.
I mean, I understand the fire was going to happen. I just feel like it needed more time to flesh out. I just feel like
I
I
mean,
feel
what
like
did you
I
want
feel
really
like
fleshed out? Like, what did you
that's really
really
what I
want?
that's
want.
enough because aren't
That's
anime
enough.
movies usually about side characters?
That's enough. No, I'm trying to say is that we didn't really, and I felt like there was a cheap thing because they say, okay, we want to get rid of Rengoku. I heard this is part of the manga set up from a long time, but still, I'm still going off for even.
The
Yeah, I have
manga's
a feeling that's how it
done,
is too.
finished.
It's for his brother, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm saying that what I'm
Because
trying to say is that
Rengoku's actually like a minor character. He just
Apparently, I
was
thought
really
he was going to be a
powerful.
big character, but
yes, that's how they make it seem like he's the big boss. I mean, like when it came to order the 10, like, or is 10 of them, or is, I don't know how much
I think
how
it's
many.
I
9.
mean, I think it's fine that we thought he was a big character, but he isn't because like
Yes, but what they
that's betrayed.
tried, yes, but what they tried to do, in my opinion, is
Mm,
that they said, okay, when they first originally, which in my, they said this part of the manga had everything planned out, then let me go in the writing room where they said, okay, we will move the story along, and we will get to something different, but we will get rid of Rengoku. Hmm. You know what? Let's put a minor villain who let's put him in there, and to give a little background of Rengoku, we'll just have the villain have the power to manipulate dreams. So it'll be like a flashback of Rengoku's family, so we can have a little backstory of Rengoku. So when we kill him off, at least we ready understand who the character is. I just felt it was rushed. If they give me a whole episode of Rengoku growing up, I would have been fine. Instead of just 5 minutes or 8 minutes of.
Wasn't that? I
Hmm?
mean, honestly, that would have been big because this movie is like 2 hours long. They spent a decent amount of time, um, doing his backstory.
No, it's
So
like
if you
sprinkles.
were,
It's sprinkles.
yeah, but if you were to, um, split that up into multiple episodes, wouldn't it have been the same?
It was gonna be the
No,
same.
no, 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 no.
gonna
That
be
is
the
the one.
It just you would have it would have spent it would have had more. It would have feel like it was more time.
No, I'm
It would
saying,
feel
I'm
like you
saying,
had more time with the character, but it would have been the same.
I'm saying, no, I'm talking about when Goku's part of the chapter when he's doing his flashback. And they gave him a full episode. They only give like 8 minutes of Rengoku pass. I'm trying to say is that if they
It's more
give
than
me,
8 minutes.
man, it was trust me, it wasn't more than that. It was either more 10 minutes the most. Because it's only so much of his dad laying down and it's to his brother talking. Only so much of that
Yeah.
it could have been. And it was no
Basically.
30 minutes of that. So
I didn't think it was weird that his mom showed up after his dad, but then they kind of explained, yeah, his dad's still alive, and I was like, oh, okay. But
and it's a cheap debt. It's a cheap debt, if you ask me, because now they have someone who's identical to Rengoku, his little brother, and has the same ability. So it's like we kill Rengoku.
They're not the same. I
You tell
mean,
me
yeah, they have like the same hairstyle, but I'm pretty
they
sure
don't have the
his
same
brother's
powers. They don't have the same powers.
I mean,
You mean
he's stronger than his brother.
flame breathing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about power level. I'm just trying to say that in the day they got rid of Rengoku, but they still have a backup Rengoku just in case anyone missed the main one. It's like, oh well, people are basically a twin.
It's not the same. It's
I don't
not
think
the
that's
same.
what it's for. I think what he's there for is so that our main trio, right, has an attachment,
The main
has an
quad.
attachment to the brother who they're going to be setting up later.
I understand that. That's what I was trying to say that they kill Rengoku off, knowing that yeah, we're gonna be starved for a few minutes, but then it's like, in the later series, it's like you have still have a Rengoku, whatever the guy name is, clone the brother.
Say
So-
clone.
He is a clone. He looks identical. He has the same ability. Is he the strongest brother?
How do you know?
No.
How do you know he has the
Okay,
same
so if
ability?
he had a different ability and different hairstyle, would that make it better for you?
No, I'm just trying to say it's that that ties into my theory. That I'm saying that okay, we need to do a shock factor. So let's kill off a character. But even though we like Rengoku's basically aesthetic, so we have a twin, his younger brother. They might be different in personality and level of power, but then when it comes to aesthetic look of Rengoku, he will live on through his brother. So that's all I'm trying to say.
I mean,
So even though they kill him off, they literally have a twins.
yeah, but that happens. That they
Like where?
did that in My Hero Academia with your boy what's his name again?
Are they twin, you know?
Hmm?
That's a twin.
Twin?
That's a twin. Yeah, twin.
That's not his twin.
Oh jeez. When I say twin, I don't mean like they was born together. I'm talking about the fact that they look identical.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't see why that makes it a big deal. That they look alike aesthetically. I mean, they are siblings,
That's more than just look alike.
and they
How do you
train
know
under the
that?
same style.
They don't
So
have the same
obviously they're gonna have
personality.
the similar power.
I know they're probably not gonna have the same personality. I'm sure they're gonna have similar personality, but I'm sure they're not like. But I'm just trying to say the aesthetic of Rengoku is gonna live on through his brother. Because I think Rengoku is a solid character style, if you ask me. I like the whole the way they draw him. I like that. So I know they just killed this huge character off. When it comes to
Was he huge character though?
I mean, when I say
You
huge
wanted
character,
to
I mean like he's a legendary character. Like but it wasn't enough. We don't have
He's
enough.
just a captain.
Yeah, so they kill him off, but at the end of the day, it's like, okay, if you miss him, don't worry, we kill him off, but we have his little brother in the drawer waiting. Let me just open the drawer. He right there. Don't worry.
I feel like you just got too attached to him.
I didn't get attached to nothing.
So why do you care so much? He
Huh?
was a minor character. That's why they gave him a movie
That's the
to
whole
bridge the
point.
2 seasons.
I cared the fact that they did not give me the opportunity. I felt cheapened by them doing this whole dream montage of the
Do they not do
movie.
that for the villains too?
What?
Like when your boy killed some of the demons who are like um who regret what they did or what they've become. They do
Hmm.
exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but
That's
come
the
on,
type of
man.
character he is. It's just he wasn't a villain this time. He was an ally.
Uh, ugh.
That's exactly the same role in the story.
It is, but I don't
But
know.
instead
Maybe
of
I'm.
him being a villain, he was the
Mm,
ally this time.
uh,
I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's better that they gave us a little something about him rather than nothing at all.
Yeah, I
I
mean they
mean,
could kill him off screen and be like, "This he was the most powerful person ever," and he died. It's like okay, but they spent some time. They gave him a whole movie. Better than all the other side characters. They got nothing so far, at least.
oh my goodness. I hear that right. I hear what you're saying. I get it. If you look at if you go through that way, that angle, I see that. But me personally, I don't know. I'm like biased towards villains and just other side characters because I'm not probably maybe I'm just not used to people doing that to a good person, a good guy, I guess.
Perhaps.
I think you're looking really hard for a well-established character.
Right.
Like
I
you're
think
trying to
that's your thing.
justify his death, basically. Like he should have been. You should have spent more time with him. You should have been able to really get to know him before you killed him off. But just
Hmm.
because he is a good guy doesn't mean he won't die the same way a lot of these other people will die. It's a brutal world in this story.
I mean, mind you, I could agree, Priest, to that. They did just give you sprinkles. I mean, would I have wanted more? Not exactly, but I would have wanted uh, uh, uh I don't want to say a better structure because I think they kind of executed it. It felt weird once they brought the mother in because it didn't feel like she was in anything. Because in the dreams, you go to your most pleasant thing that you want to see. And I guess that's his father and his brother.
Hmm.
But and then you bring in the mother, and it was like, I mean, obviously we can see this is your mama, but
So you're saying they should have shown him with his mother more
I
before?
feel like if you have shown her the dream as well, you know, maybe
Yeah,
it
I
would
guess I could agree with that
justify.
point
Yeah,
because
but it did feel like she just came out of nowhere.
his whole his whole like I guess reason for fighting and ideology for fighting comes from his mother, right?
Yeah,
The strong protect the weak.
basically.
Hmm.
But we only got like one scene of that.
Yeah, and then you know that she's dead afterwards. Like maybe it would be more torturous if he brought them back to a time where everyone was alive and hanging out. The same thing with your I forget your boy name.
Tanjiro.
Yeah, same as him. I feel like if they did that with him, and then we find out that his mother's dead, and then he gets all passionate because he keeps remembering his mother because his mother's basically shaped him into the man that he is. I feel like that would be more impactful than not showing her yet, and then showing her the second time he looks in the past for a reason for why he's as strong as he is. I feel like that's kind of weird because at first you would think that's his dad, you know, because he basically looked up to his dad,
Yeah.
but he was just ashamed that his dad didn't
He
didn't.
lost his flame.
Yeah, basically, you know. So,
Anyway, my thoughts are story wise, pacing. I give it a 7. I give it a 7. Production wise, I give it a 9. I looking forward to see what they actually have, what the new season gonna bring. I definitely don't think this should have been a movie. Like I said earlier, it should not be an. If it's gonna be a movie, be a TV movie, not no walk of the house and whatever. But anyway, that's
Well,
just me. I'll
then
say,
again, Japan. They anything that's a movie, they got to put that up there.
yeah, like
hmm,
marketing and where they released the movie aside, I feel like it was a good movie. It was a good bridge between the 2 seasons.
Yeah, I agree.
But let me just say this. Because we run out of time. I just want to say this one part. It's that being home watching it, I did enjoy myself. Me being very critical of it is just, I just wanted more, right? That's all it is. But I enjoy the movie. Yes, I had a great time. I was on my little flat screen TV in my little bed. I was just watching it and I enjoyed myself. I just wish it was just more. That's just my whole critique on it. Is just, was it enjoyable? Yes. Definitely not worth me going out and watching it, but definitely I enjoy myself watching it. And I do appreciate one thing about Demon Slayer that I really enjoy is that even though they have a brother and sister dynamic, it's not incest.
I
Hinted.
mean,
It could be.
could be if you wanted to.
No, it's not, because he doesn't. Him or the sister show any type of
No,
extra
not
emotion
in the
to
show itself, but
No, yeah, they care for each other, but again, it could.
what in the manga.
What?
No,
No,
no, I
like
mean
they
in the-
express the how they care for each other through their actions. Always
Ye-
trying to look out for one another.
Yeah, but still, it's still like a brother and sister. It's still not what I've
Yeah.
seen these different shows. Like I was binge watching. I'm a spider. Now what? I think that's what it's called. Anyway, and the character, the sister, have a crush on the brother, and the brother. I like this. I like the show so far. The spider, I like it.
I don't know if I'm that far because I know I read the manga. So.
Yes, it's on. I'm think I'm on episode 6 right now. But anyway, it's really good. It's really good. And yeah, so one of the guys, his sister likes him. She blushes. Get just any type of girl come around. I'm like, why? What's up with the whole fetishing of brother and sister relations? Like, I don't understand. Why is that a thing? Like,
well, it's a thing.
They call it
It's just a thing.
anime culture.
Incest is wincest.
I don't
Again,
understand. Mhm.
Like it's just for those two. I agree. I do like their dynamic.
Yeah, it's not
Mostly
incest.
appreciate the female more than the male.
Mhm.
But in the end, it could be.
No,
Could
but it's
be.
not hinted. It's not hinted. Even though y'all saying body language or whatever, I don't even see it in the body language.
No, I was talking about like the intros and outros.
But not in the show.
No, not the show itself. No.
Okay, but yeah, so I really appreciate. That's very refreshing to see a somewhat normal brother and sister dynamic. He's the older brother. She's the only surviving of his family, so obviously he'll be overprotective of her. And the sister, but then the day is like his friend have to crush on a sister. I already could see that they'll set him up to be some type of love interest, maybe in the future.
I mean, his friend likes any female.
Yeah, but he yeah, that's true. That's true, but
But he did dream about her specifically, though.
yes. Yeah. I think it's something might be there. Something might be there.
Perhaps.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
I mean, I get what you're saying, and I will agree. It is refreshing. It has been a bit much, but I
Yes.
guess that's just a difference in culture.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a different one with another isekai. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. I have less than a minute. Right. So anyway, guys, I would like to thank Andre for coming on. Usually just me and Sky, but moving forward, we would like to probably, if we get a chance, bring more people on to the podcast and let's discuss anything anime related. If anyone want to join, there's no, just message us and we'll bring you on and have an open discussion. So
Message you.
yes, I gotta speed this up. I don't want to get cut off in mid-sentence. So thanks again for tuning in. If y'all like Demon Slayer, if y'all agree with me or the other guys, let us know in the comment section. And yeah, Priest out.